Are you interested in learning how to make money or make more money on these third-party marketplaces, whether it's Walmart, Amazon, Facebook, eBay, or TikTok? Well, today I'm going to talk all about that. I'm gonna give you a high-level flyover about these different marketplaces, how they work. Also, going to go into details about these different things here: retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, drop shipping. Okay, so there's things that we'll talk all about. So by the end of this video, you're going to know all about these different selling principles here. Okay, so first of all, how does all this stuff work? What is online arbitrage? What is retail arbitrage? What is drop shipping? So before I get into all these marketplaces, let's talk about what those things are. Okay, so retail arbitrage, you simply go into a store and you find a product that you want to sell, you buy that product, and then you either ship that to the customer for a profit, hopefully, or ship it to one of these companies like Amazon or Walmart, and they fulfill the orders for you. I'll get in those details. Online arbitrage is you're just placing orders online. You're going to a website and you're making your purchase, and they ship it. Typically, they ship it back to you, and you take that item and then you fulfill it. You either fulfill it yourself or have Walmart or Amazon fulfill for you. Drop shipping is basically you never even touch that product. You have a listing online. When you sell that listing, when you sell that product, whatever that is, you place the order at this other company, and the other company ships directly to the customer. That's drop shipping. So there's advantages and disadvantages of both, and you can't do that on all these marketplaces. So you got to be really careful with that. It's against terms and it's against policy. Okay, so I'm also going to talk a little bit about Amazon Influencer, about how that works as well. So typically, the way this works, Amazon, the best ways or the main ways that you would want to sell on Amazon are either doing retail arbitrage or online arbitrage. And you can also do wholesale as well. There's also, you hear about wholesale or private label. Those things are fine. Those things are as well. And I would say, but the broad categories are either, are you placing the order online or are you going to the store to get the item? Okay, so typically with wholesale, you're placing those orders online. Okay, you're placing the orders online, you're getting that shipped to yourself or directly to Amazon or Walmart. Okay, so that's how it works. There's advantages of both. There's advantages and disadvantages of both, but I think I'm doing both. I'm doing both for sure. It's really where you can get the best deal as far as I'm concerned, right? So or to find the product. Sometimes you can't find that product online, but you can find it in the store. Yeah, so get comfortable doing both approaches because that's how you can maximize your revenues and your profits as well. Okay, Amazon, Walmart's the same way. Walmart's the same way. You can do retail arbitrage, online arbitrage. Do not do drop shipping on Amazon or Walmart. You will lose your account. You will get suspended. You might get away with it for a little while. Don't do it. Please don't do it. I know you might be like, I saw some courses, I saw some videos on YouTube about it. Don't do it. Don't do it because you are going to put your account at risk. Okay, Facebook Marketplace. I do a lot of selling on Facebook Marketplace. Now, with Facebook Marketplace, you're typically not going to make a ton of profit on things. People are looking for better deals. So that's really good if you have stuff from garage sales and I'm going to talk about this, Amazon Influencer. Amazon Influencer is, I'm gonna tag that video here so you can see it, but this is a way to get free products. So you can get free products from Chinese suppliers that they want you to do reviews for them. So you do video reviews, in turn you get free products. And I've been selling these items on Facebook or eBay. And the heavy stuff like furniture, those kind of things, I'm selling those things on Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace is really good for those big heavy things that are just like, they can come pick those things up. So eBay is certainly better for those lighter things, typically. Okay, so Facebook Marketplace, great way if you have, and I'd say garage sales as well. If I was getting started today, honestly, like with this whole, I would say resell, which is really most of what we're talking about here today, I would start with eBay and I would start with garage sales. You can kind of get your feet wet. You go to garage sale, you get an item for $10. The profit margins are huge. All right, the profit margins are absolutely astronomical from garage sales. You just can't scale it as well, but it's a great way to get comfortable. If you haven't done any of these things, getting comfortable with the process of getting the item, taking it home, taking pictures, listing it, and then shipping to the customer. And then there's a lot of things too. What I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna have a resource to where you can just go to it and say, hey, what are all the things that you need to be able to sell in these marketplaces? There's things like labels, you need a printer, you need this, you need that, all sorts of things, boxes, all my stuff, software. I will be linking to all those things as I do more of these videos like this. Okay, so Facebook is great for that. eBay, great for that as well. Whether you're going to be doing, if you can do drop shipping you can do drop shipping on eBay. Like I mentioned earlier, what drop shipping was. Those are good. Or you can actually do the garage sale method to where you're shipping shipping to customers on eBay or Facebook Marketplace. Now, I don't do a lot of online shipping with Facebook. Facebook is mostly, it used to be really big with drop shipping. Facebook was great for that. Maybe there's some sellers having success. I stopped, it seemed to dry up pretty well. So what I'm doing is just the local Facebook Marketplace. I'm not shipping. eBay, I am shipping still. I am doing some drop shipping on eBay as well. And TikTok, finally, you can do retail and online arbitrage as well for TikTok. You can actually list stuff on a shop just like you could with Amazon or Walmart. And you can also drop ship. As to drop shipping is a little bit, I'm not really certain about that anymore, because there was some stuff that came out in January saying, it looks like it's against policy if you want to drop ship. So keep that in mind. So I'm not going to be talking about doing drop shipping on TikTok, because I don't think it's something. And again, if you are doing this, correct me if I'm wrong, but there seems to be some policies about that came out recently. There's some wind chimes out here too, so hopefully it doesn't bother you very much. But hey, it's a nice windy day. It feels like spring outside today, by the way. Okay, so talk about all those things. So what am I doing the most? Like which marketplace am I doing the best on, and am I going all in the most on? Right now, I would say honestly, it's Walmart. Historically, it's been Amazon. I was doing $100,000 a month in revenues on Amazon until I got my account suspended. And now I'm having to rebuild that. But when I was suspended, I started my Walmart account, and I really believe that Walmart is a much better place to start. So I'd say eBay is great if you just want to do garage sales, that kind of stuff, make some money. If you want to be serious and really get a business started to where you're actually making real money, I would say go with Walmart. Walmart's the way to go. And there's a lot. Why is that? Why am I saying that? Because Walmart is growing and there's not as much competition out there. And so part of this thing here with my YouTube channel, I'm going to talk about methods for finding products, for sourcing products, all those things. One thing I'm not going to do is I might come up with some products that, hey, here's a great opportunity for a product. I'm not going to be telling you the stuff that I'm selling personally, because that just, to me, it's not fair to me, and it's not really going to be good for anybody here's the thing. If I tell you something, then everyone's going to want to jump on that product, and then it's not going to be successful anymore. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to teach a man to fish, teach a woman to fish, as opposed to telling you the product to buy. Okay, so I'm going to say, this is how you can find products. Here's how you do it. So we might say, hey, for example, this might be a good product, right? I might tell you about it. So if you want to go buy that product, go for it. But I would recommend whatever products I recommend on this, don't do that. Focus more on the method versus the actual product that I'm actually sourcing. Hope that makes sense to you, because I know it's the lazy man, the lazy woman's going to just be like, he said buy this product, I'm just going to go buy that product instead of learning how to do it, using the process to find that product. Okay, always focus on the process, because that way you can scale this. Okay, so Walmart. Right now I'm doing pretty well. I'm starting to really get my numbers up again. For those who've been watching, I just got a full-time job, and so I've been really busy. I did finally hire my first person to help me on a part-time basis to get more stuff out. We've gotten 2 shipments out. I'm really excited about that. So I'm stoked about that. I'm just telling you that because here's an important thing. Once you get to a certain point, we're like, wow, this is actually working. This process is working. I'm actually able to get stuff out. When you kind of realize it's working, but you don't have enough time, but you know the process, that's a great time to be able, as long as you're being profitable, great time to hire someone. Once you've learned the process, you have this SOP, standard operating procedure, you can say, okay, this is how you do this, and this. It's gonna help you a ton. All right, so hiring someone and having a standard operating procedure in place, that way they can follow those steps and be able to set you up for success. Okay, so you have to determine when you're ready for that. Some people like to use prep centers that actually ship them stuff too. I prefer to hire people that come in the house, because I work from home, and I can be there and I can train them and make sure they're doing everything properly. Okay, so the different ways to sell on Amazon and Walmart, you have merchant fulfill, which means you ship yourself, or you can do WFS on Walmart or FBA with Amazon. Just basically means you're shipping the stuff in bulk to Walmart or Amazon, and they are fulfilling those orders for you. So that's what I would recommend. Those listings get priority. So when you are selling on a listing on Walmart or Amazon, those people who are using fulfillment services by Amazon or Walmart, they get the priority, which means you can usually charge higher than someone who's a seller shipping themselves, and you have a lot higher chance of getting the sale as well. That's why it works that so well. Amazon and Walmart know that. People love buying from a company, especially when Walmart or Amazon's fulfilling, because usually they're getting it faster. Okay, so That's all what it's about. And there's more of a credibility, there's more of a trust built up. So I want to teach you a little bit about things you probably didn't even notice before. So when you're shopping on Amazon or Walmart, you're going to see one of three things. You're going to see a product that's going to say sold by Amazon, shipped by Amazon. You'll see that on a lot of products. And sometimes people say, man, Amazon's charging a lot of money for stuff. It's so expensive now. But you look and see, are you sure you're not buying from a third-party marketplace? And the reason why the prices are usually higher for third-party marketplaces, or third-party sellers, is because they're charged a fee from Amazon, so they have to charge a little more. You'll see things like Acme Company, sold by Acme Company, shipped by Amazon. So that means Acme Company is the one selling that item. They've sourced it. Amazon is fulfilling that item. You also have a third scenario where Acme Company is selling it and they're shipping it. So that's a situation too where the prices may be higher or lower, but usually they're going to be higher when you see third party, and it means they're shipping themselves. So I tend to steer clear from some of those unless I can't find the product anywhere else, because a lot of times you find, honestly, sometimes you find there's some weird stuff going on. I would look at their seller ratings for sure, because sometimes you'll see some sellers that are just awful, and you look at the reviews and they're doing some either drop shipping or something. But like I said, I don't recommend doing that. I've merchant fulfilled. I've sent stuff to myself to customers. Typically, if it's a seasonal thing to where it's almost Christmas and I don't have time to ship it to the warehouse, and so there's been times I'm waiting in line to. I have the product I'm buying. I know it's selling really well. I've listed it. I've listed it while I'm in the store and I'm checking out, and I'm already gotten sales. That's a beautiful thing, and I'm shipping myself. So you can't do that, obviously, if you're shipping to Walmart or Amazon, because typically it takes a little while. Let me give you a sense for how long it takes. Now, Walmart's doing a really good job of checking stuff in, but so I'll give you a scenario. Last Monday, I shipped my items in to Walmart. It was accepted in the warehouse. It got to the warehouse on Wednesday. On Thursday, the items were received, and they were already selling. And they've been selling ever since. So it only took really about 4 days from the time I got this item shipped, and then it arrived and then received. 4 days. Typically it takes longer. Amazon takes even longer, because the way Amazon works is typically what happens is you ship it to them. They're going to check it in within probably 5 or 6 days after it arrives. And then it's going to go move to another warehouse that fulfills the orders. And that's one thing with Walmart. It seems like the places, at least the items are going to, those warehouses are fulfilling orders. They don't ship it to another warehouse first. So there's some technical stuff here, but I'm just saying, I'm all in with Walmart right now. And that's what I'm going to talk about a lot when I'm training. But a lot of these principles of buying and selling and the tools you're using, they can work with Amazon as well as with Walmart. So keep that in mind. I'm just really excited about Walmart right now. So I'm going to talk about both, because I think that's important, that you can learn how to do this. But the tools that I'm using, they're versatile. There's some tools that are only for Amazon. There's some tools that are only for Walmart. And I'll be talking about those tools. So I'll go into the details. I will have a resource page which has all that information, all the tools I'm using, all the supplies I'm using for this business. So it's one of those things where it's going to take a little while to get up to speed. So let me go ahead and recap in summary. This is a really good way. This is learning how to resell on these marketplaces is a huge skill. So I highly recommend, if you're looking for a business, this is a great business. It's not a get rich quick, although I could literally go to the store today, find something selling on Walmart, assuming you have an account already, find something that's selling on eBay, find something that's selling on Amazon, and literally as I'm checking out, I'm already getting a sale. I've already made that money. You make the money also when you're buying. So when you make a good buy, that's where you make your money, okay? So keep that in mind, because when you can get a good deal on a product, it's going to make it so much easier to sell that at a good price for a customer and then flip it from there. So let me give you an idea for what is reasonable to expect. It is not difficult at all to get to where you're making about 10 or 20 sales a day on, let's just say Walmart, for instance. So let's break this down. The typical profit you can expect on this, I'll put this away because it's getting heavy. Typical profit you can expect on a Walmart. And again, it's like there's people who like require much thinner margins or accept those thinner margins. I like to be sort of that spot where it's like $3 or $4. Let's just say $3 profit. And so I say profit margin, it means you're selling a product. If you're selling an item for $10, okay, and you make $2 on it, your profit margin is 20%. Okay, it's $2 divided by 10. That's 20% profit margin. So There's also ROI, which is important as well. So that's your cost. Oh, that's your profit dollars over divided by cost. Okay, so you really want to look at both. But I like to look at profit margin. At the end of the day, that's the profit is really what you're interested in getting. So I would say a good profit margin is probably around 20%. I think if you can get to 25, 30% before all your other stuff, like if you have workers or something, then you really want to be closer to 25, 30%. Now, I know a lot of businesses are happy with 5 or 10% profit margin, but I think 10 or 15% is it's okay. It is okay, but again, it's when you hire people, you can scale. You're going to have to accept lower profit margin percentages, which is fine. But I was running a good business, making about 20% margin on that 100,000 I was making. That was great. Okay, so I think you just have to kind of keep those numbers in mind, know your numbers, and know your profits. So when you're buying something, be cognizant of the fees. Okay, that's a crucial thing with all these marketplaces. Most of these charge money. Okay, so marketplace, local pickup, there's no fees. But Facebook, Amazon, eBay, all those, TikTok, they all charge a fee. So you need to be aware of that fee. And these are just basic things, but there's so many people who are just like, oh my gosh, I made a sale, I'm so happy, and they realize later they lost money. So keep that in mind. So all these things here today, I think I got into most of these. We'll go and I'll do deep dives on each of these, but I'm really going to be spending a lot of time talking about the Walmart and then some Amazon as well. So let's do these things together. So I'm really doing, like I said, I'm doing very well with Walmart right now. I'm going to continue to scale that. So this is what I'm most excited about. We're going to talk all about sourcing products. We're going to talk about some things, some basics as far as like, how do you get a shipment out the door? Like, what are the different requirements for converting something from, from merchant fulfilled to WFS? There's just different things you need to learn about. We'll talk about, I'll do some screen sharing as well as needed, but I like to, if possible, just to kind of show the board instead of just kind of just doing old school with this instead of trying to get into a computer. But I will do some time. I will be doing some learning online as well, and we'll kind of be mixing things up as well. So hopefully this helps. I've been doing a lot of stuff about mindset and career stuff, and those are things that are just like, more just like ways to think about things or some tactics, those things. But I really want to get into some more details as far as like how now let's go ahead and figure out how to make money from these things. Okay, so you can talk all day long, but how can you make money? And I'm going to show you how to make money. This is all about side hustles, right? So get a side hustle to where you can hit the ground running and make money. And this is what I'm going to show you how to do.